Well, hey, listen, George, welcome to Team Doctors.
I'm glad to be here. Look, show me around your place.
Hey, you know, it's not quite like George's Records was, but we're working on it. You know? So we're trying to catch up to you, but I don't have as much memorabilia
Don't
as you
even try. Yes, you do. This place is phenomenal. I mean, here you are with the Wiggles.
Yeah.
What's up with
You know,
this?
what's so crazy is that in 2004, when I worked for the Wiggles, I actually said, do you mind if I take a picture with you guys for my daughter? She was 8 years old at the time. He said, yeah, dog, come on, take a picture. So I just, you know, do this. I don't know. I do this, and I did that, and then we took the picture. And then they came back around in 2005. So about 2 days before they came out, I took the picture, had it blown up into that size in there, and Murray and Jeff and Anthony, of course, wrote the book.
This is great. This is great. I mean, Lupe Fiasco and...
Well, Lupe, this is an interesting story. You know, remember when he had his opening CD party at the Metro?
Yeah.
You know, after the show, he pulled out this real nice poster and signed it for me for my facility, you know. He's a good guy, Lupe is, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was with his mom the other day. She's wonderful. I mean, the whole family is great. But I'm telling you, his facility is amazing. I mean... Yeah.
These actually, all these posters in here are specifically drawn to educate people on how the human spring approach works.
Okay.
These illustrations don't exist in the public. I had a professional illustrator draw these up. You'll see these on the internet for explanation of how, you know, a shoe can prevent the foot from over-rolling, and how the foot rolls from the outside to the inside when you're walking, and what happens if it breaks down. So, and I just, after I get done with the patients with their examination and their evaluation of their walking, we just go through these posters and I educate them on what is happening with their body, what's gone wrong, and how to fix it.
So in essence, your posture, your foot, kind of controls all the things that's happening.
Oh, it absolutely does. It's an integrated spring mechanism.
That's amazing. The spring thing, you teach you about the spring.
Well, the body, when it's working right, it's a giant spring mechanism.
Okay.
That's the model for the way the body moves. The scientific community thinks it's a lever system, but it's not. The reason is because when doctors see patients, they're already broken down, and they are working as a lever system. In other words, the body springs off the ground, the mass bounces or springs off the ground, protecting you and recycling the energy. When the spring mechanism breaks down, it switches to a lever system, and it bangs and twists off the ground. Less efficient, less protection. Here, let's go in the other room. I'll show you what I mean. My first conference was lecturing in front of about 4,500 medical physicians in Las Vegas. Yeah. And here, these lectures are in Japan, Malaysia, Dubai, Mexico City, Bangkok.
What else we got?
Yes, George, this is the Wall of Fame area that is in our therapy area. And, you know, these are a collection of the photos, 8 by 10, that are signed by the actors from the Broadway shows I've worked with. Some recording artists that I've worked with. These are gifts from them after working on their tours. There's some local fighters in Taekwondo, ultimate fighting, boxing, as well as fitness gurus and other experts. So over the years, we've had some people sign 8 by 10s as gifts for working with them to help them perform better.
And we fielded 8 Golden Gloves champions in Chicago. And then, of course, everything took off. Now we're looking at like 60 fighters that we've helped.
It's incredible.
Over the years.
But now, this equipment is strength?
This is just exactly the amount of equipment that you need to strengthen the human spring mechanism and the body for boxing or for any type of activity.
Yeah.
If you're strong enough to take like about 450 shots in the ring and run with those boxing shoes on solid concrete, or run like me, I run barefoot in solid concrete, from training in this gym, then you can pretty much handle everyday activity, don't you think?
I can imagine all of this.
Yeah,
I have to come and try to, not that I want to be a boxer.
This machine here actually works your abs from sides, which is you can't do very well, and you can change the weight to make it stronger. So, you know, a lot of people. Yeah, there's a weight attached to here. It's got a pulley system, see? So this actually will strengthen your abs from rotation, which is great for golf, for hockey, for baseball, or for any type of sport. Not many places have this piece of equipment. Now these are posters from Andre the Pitbull Arlovsky. In, I think it was 2002, his management brought him here to see if we could help him win a championship. He had lost his last 2 fights and he was back against the wall in the UFC for his contract.
Which one is that?
That's the lower row all the way across, except for David Diaz. Yeah, and at that time he wasn't really famous, you know. I was actually in the corner with a couple of the fighters, you know, in that UFC championships.
But I would like to go one time. Can I go with you?
Yeah, you can go.
I'd like to do
As
that.
long as you don't want to get a little blood on your jacket.
Hey, no, I'll wear dark clothes.
Put a bib on you, like at the rib joint.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's UFC. You know, these guys are tough. They can take shots. So people see them taking these hard shots. They're taking those shots every day in the gym. So it's just like everyday activity for them.
I mean, that's like constant concussion.
You know what? These guys are in great shape, and the human spring approach really helps them to have that spring energy that they need to have the quickness to get in there and get the job done. That's why they like the treatments. Yeah, and then over here, just these are just fun collection of passes that I've collected over the years. These are, you know, you've got about 250 more than I have, right?
Well, I got quite a few, but I didn't realize how beautiful it is to display it like this. Look at them, and you don't realize it's really like a part of your history.
You know what? It really is.
Your memories?
It's about memories, yeah. And when you look at each pass, like here's one for Michael Bolton. This was the first show I ever did in '03. And then here's one for Nickelback and Cirque du Soleil and Marilyn Manson, New Kids on the Block, Def Leppard, Kanye West.
And I see the Scream Tour.
Yeah, the Scream Tour.
I know all of them kids.
You know, the Scream Tour is good if you're backstage.
Now that's it. I really did know that.
Yeah, a lot of fun. You know, you have to make your job fun. And you know how to do that, right? And when we're having fun, everybody else is having fun around us, right? And that makes people feel good. And that's about good health too. Telling jokes, livening up the people, boosting them up. And, you know, I don't know, I can't tell you, George, I lived the life I dreamed of. My mother said, what do you want to do when you grow up? You know, I didn't write these things down. I said I like going to rock concerts and I like going to concerts. She didn't say, oh no, we're not talking about that. We'll go ahead and put that in the paper, and then you try to work that in to your dream job.
Fantastic.
And that's basically what we did.
It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, isn't it great?
Yes.
Well, listen, George, really great having you.
Well,
Thanks
for bringing me around. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful city.
Yeah, thank you so much.
My pleasure.